Uh-oh, you're here because you're having a problem. The following are the items we check when we are troubleshooting a CasaTunes installation. The first thing we do is make sure the audio is set up correctly. We will use Vista to illustrate. Go to the control panel, click on Classic View so you can see the various icons, and then open the sound screen. If you're using CasaTunes hardware, make sure you have speakers, CasaTunes multi-room audio, and headphones. If you don't see them in the sound window, it's probably because your XL hardware driver is not installed. Insert your installation disk that came with your hardware and then click on Install XL Hardware. If you're not using XL hardware, if you're working with a Russ sound system or a Nouveau system, click on the onboard audio device, click on Configure, and make sure that at least 5.1 surround is picked. If you're using a 7.1 device, pick 7.1 surround. Click on Next. Make sure all your optional speakers are checked, and make sure they're all full range speakers. Then click on Next and Finish. The next thing we do is go to CasaTunes Setup to make sure that the devices are set up properly. First, check the controller. Make sure it's the type of controller you're using. In case of XL hardware, it should come up as XLE or XLI depending on your hardware automatically. Or if you're using a Nouveau or Russ sound, pick the proper device. Make sure you have the correct number of controller units. If you're using CasaTunes XLE and you have more than one XLE chassis, make sure that you have the correct number of controller units picked. Go to Sources, verify that you have the correct players set up. For CasaTunes XL products, Source 1 should say CasaTunes Player, it should say Speakers, CasaTunes Multi-Room Audio, Speakers 1 and 2, Source 2 is Speakers 3 and 4, Source 3 would be Speakers 5 and 6, 7 and 8. If you're using an XLE, Source 5 will be Headphones, CasaTunes Multi-Room Audio. If on the other hand you're using a Nouveau or Russ sound device, your sources will look a little different. In this case, you'll be picking the onboard audio device, and again you'll be picking the speakers 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. You get the idea. Make sure the zones show the proper number of zones. Let's go back to XLE since that's what we have hooked up to this computer. You'll see there's 12 zones, and make sure that they're not all marked hide this zone. That finishes the initial checkout of the system.